What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Hunter x Hunter, chapter 353. You guys got 100 likes last week on both videos, so double header again this week. Uh, Same thing going for next week. If you guys want episode or chapter 354 and 355, I need 100 likes on this video that you're currently watching and yesterday's video, 352. So if yesterday, Friday's video, and today, Saturday's video, get 200 likes, 100 on that one, 100 on this one. Next week we will have the doubleheader again. You guys have been doing pretty great with that easily, so if we get the 100 likes by Wednesday, we'll have the doubleheader up. Patreon members, you guys should get the next episode on Monday night either way, regardless. We'll just keep going from there. You guys haven't seen episode or chapter 352 when I'm recording this, so I haven't had any kind of questions answered just yet. I'm not even going to try to dive into what it was that Chrollo was explaining or doing. I had a couple Patreon members tell me it took them reading it 3, 4, 5 times to even kind of grasp the detail and everything he was going into, so it made me feel a little bit better that it wasn't me that read it and I was like, bro, you're losing me. All I know is for sure is that him and Hisoka are fighting. It is now broken out into the crowd. Chrollo could pretty much disguise himself as anybody in the crowd right now, and then who's to know who he's manipulating with Shalnark's antennas, and it looks like it's pretty much just going to turn into an absolute disaster as far as it's just going to turn into chaos, you know. I don't even know how many people are about to die. We've already had 3 people die, the judge and the 2 from last chapter. So let's just see how this plays out. Run, I thought Shal's antennas were real objects. He must have reeled them in with a fishing line or something. Oh, because the antennas aren't connected to the back of them? Yeah, that would make sense because he would, I'm guessing, the way he said it made it think like they were conjured and maybe once he killed them they kind of vanished. But yeah, for all we've seen them to be real. People, please don't panic. It's dangerous to rush to the exits all at once. Bro, how do you not panic? Bodies are dropping. Okay, so the chapter is titled Cold Blooded. Everybody just in the crowd freaking out. What are these group of people? How come they're not freaking out? Everyone's just kind of standing. Gallery fake is activated. Then convert hands must have been deactivated. Yeah, so he literally could be any. All these people we're seeing here, he could be any. Chrollo could be any one of them. He must have taken someone else's clothes first to disguise himself. That's true. Now that I kind of think about it, it's not a Mystique X-Men type thing where, you know, he could just change full suit clothes and everything. Does it just change the appearance? Because if he's still in his regular like robe with the cross and everything and just looks like someone, he would still like, oh, clearly that's him. So how would he get a... Yeah, he'd have to do that really quickly. Huh. I mean, the way Hisoka's explaining it. What the hell is happening here? Are all these people... I'm like, Hisoka, what the hell? Are all these people charging him right now? The thing is, like, with Chrollo, you have to be prepared for any and every type possibility. You don't know what the hell he has in that book. And I don't even know if you somehow knock him out while he has the book in his hands and you get the book. Can you even read the pages? Can it only be read by him? Will it disappear if he goes unconscious? Like, you have no idea what's in that book. So I wouldn't be surprised if he has an ability that can manipulate an entire crowd to attack. Because there's no way he stamped all these people. So who knows what he's got going on. Yeah, the whole crowd is coming for this man's neck. What's going on? The audience members are attacking Hisoka. Yeah. Oh, they are all stamped. What? Open book to gallery fake. Bookmark. Create a crowd of copies. Activate order stamp. Command them break Hisoka. I see. Everyone in the audience here knows who I am. About 30 puppets. That won't stop until they're beheaded. At Chrollo's speed, he might even make more. There must be more puppets that haven't been given commands yet. I should bide my time until there are fewer people running about. So this is, if you came to watch the show today, you're pretty much going to be killed. What a terrible day to, you know, pick to come see the show, come see the fight. And he activates his bungee gum. Oh, he's not killing them. He's just GTFOing. Wow, that is crazy. But they all do have the stamp. Like again, this open book to gallery fake, bookmark, create a crowd of copies, activate order, stamp, command them to break Hisoka. It's a lot. So he's got the open book to gallery fake, which is the appearance changer. Bookmark it because it requires two hands. Um, create a crowd of copies. So what, he opened it to the Kurotopi page to create the copies, and then flip the page to the stamp to stamp, and then I don't know. It's losing me. Activate. Well, Hisoka jumps high to avoid them. Holy shit. They're like really moving. What? Oh wow. They actually are they like running? Because it's not like they're all like Nen users. Like, how are they getting up there? They're not like running on top of each other, but there looks to be some kind of aura around them and Hisoka here. Maybe he's commanding them to do that. And he's just trying to break them 1v. Oh, shit. He got him. Or he's at least shown himself here. But he doesn't connect? Or does he connect? Oh, because it looks like here it looks like because we see him. Hisoka hasn't noticed it yet. In this panel, I still can't tell if Hisoka has noticed it. But right here, this voom sound, this looks like a card. Here, if you guys see what I'm looking at, I don't know why my mouse cursor isn't showing up because usually it shows up when I'm scrolling through the pages. But this black thing here, this black card right next to Hisoka's hand, looks like maybe Hisoka caught Chrollo out of the corner of his eye and like threw up one of his playing cards. I don't know, if that was something to distract it, but maybe it was. Or is that the? Oh, that might be the edge of Chrollo's book. Yeah, it could be. And he gets him. He actually gets him. Crack, 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 crack. Damn. He was going for my left flank. How could he modify his attack angle from there? Oh, God almighty. And then Hisoka, while getting beat. This is why, like, again, nothing that I've seen up to this point is making me think Hisoka is, like, scared for his life, or how can I beat him, or, he ever doubts himself. The man's still enjoying it. I've never seen him, like, actually, worried yet. Is that him hitting the ground? Slam. And then they're all, pretty much pouncing, I'm guessing. Kick, kick, kick. Pow, pow, pow. Yeah, he's over here literally dotting up, looking like Neo versus Agent Smith out here, just, trying to dot them all up as quick as he can. But, they're getting their hands on him. They won't stop unless completely decapitated. With zero emotions, they're more troublesome than regular attackers. Yeah, because nothing's going to make them... They're not going to dodge or think about, oh, that attack might hurt me, or whoa, he got my blindside, or he got my... Like, they're just literally on a single track mind command. Wow. And there he is again. Caught his ass slipping again. Crack. He's waiting for guaranteed hits. Coming in for a strike and then springing away, trying to land mortal blows. And he's forcing me into the throng of the puppets. Yeah. So cold-blooded and calculated. He won't be able to create new puppets while he's controlling the current crop. I'll have to decrease their numbers one by one. He's going for it. He's literally taking heads off as he goes, but he's literally getting pulled down at the same time. Adding the extra step means falling further behind. What do we mean adding the extra step? Trying to actually decapitate them? That extra step is making him fall behind? Regrouping will eventually become necessary, right? And that's when a strike comes. Caught his ass again. But is he hitting with hard enough juice? Like, are we just, are we Killua hitting Yuppie here? Like, we're not actually inflicting any pain? Or are we actually, is there any mustard behind these hits, or what? And here he goes again. Man is literally running for his life. Why does it look like the numbers have not decreased at all? So it looks like he finally saw him here and then vanished. Like he sees him, like he was looking and maybe caught Chrollo, and then like made sure he saw Chrollo, but then by the time he whipped his head around, that where he thought Chrollo was gone. Fish, crack, snap. I mean, just decapitate, dash, dash. I mean, he's literally. Oh God. Check from above. He knows what I'll do next, so do something. What do you do? What do you do? I mean, we see what's about to happen. Chrollo's about to hit the double foot curb stomp from the top rope, but what does Hisoka do? I'm trying to think on the next page. Does this attack land? Or judging by this comment, I'm going to say Hisoka dodges this or does something. Let's see. Activate bungee gum. Shrink? What do you mean shrink? Like he shrunk himself? Or he's pulling them in one by one. I can't really tell what's going on here. He activates bungee gum and we see some guy lose his head. Or just one of the guys. But shrink, what are we talking about here? Is he just literally just taking them off one by one? Or is he activating himself? Did he activate bungee gum on one of the decapitated heads that's on the ground, and he's going to use that like super speed that we saw him switch, like the elastic switch that he did with the judge, the referee? Twist. Oh God, he's right above him. I'm trying to picture what the hell's happening here. So we see it looks like Hisoka is yanking that head to pretty much stop any possible attack from above. And we see, like, I think this is what this is, him yanking this across here. To either hit Chrollo or to make Chrollo hit that instead of him. But Chrollo twists and says, I was watching you. And still, whew, I don't know if he felt that one, but I would think he did. And man, just dotting that man up badly. The design on some of these looks really great, especially these two panels. This one right here where we've got like the full chest stomp, and then the other one right after that where Chrollo looks like an absolute blur. Looks pretty great. He said, is this his reply to I was watching you? As he's bloodied and beating. Bowling, huh? What's that mean? Who's this character? What does that refer to? Okay, so I mean, there was not much dialogue in this at all. This was just straight like action panel, action panel. If this was animated, this would be one of the deadliest, probably one of the more gory scenes in Hunter x Hunter. This kind of span right here. Let's since it was so quick, I mean, we could go right back to the top and scroll through some of this. There's nothing here to really dissect as far as like what that meant, other than that one kind of point for point moveset. All right, so let's try to piece this together here. Right where we left off at the end of last chapter, we're in the crowd. It's absolute chaos. If you're caught in these first couple rows, like GG, it's over. You're dead. And we're talking about he thought these. I mean, not thought. These two were being manipulated by Shalnark's ability. I'm pretty positive. But again, what he has in that book, who knows if that's actually the ability he used. But I feel like to go through all the explanation that he went through, and to bust out a different ability might seem counterintuitive if he needs to explain it again. He says the antennas are gone because, like Hisoka is saying, he thought those were real objects. So not objects that are conjured, put into a puppet. If you kill said puppet, then conjured antenna then vanishes. They're actual antennas. So where did they go? He's saying he attached them to the fishing line. I mean, where's he busting all this stuff out from? If he really is attaching it to fishing line, I mean, Chrollo's on it. You would think the book almost becomes a burden, but I mean, as quick as he's able to manipulate with it, and especially the bookmark is just making it, it's just putting it to another level. Everybody's in panic. I mean, we just see the bodies here. They're just laying around, trash. Everyone's trying to get to the exits. I would too, I mean, what the hell are you going to do? Unless I'm a skilled Nen user, and I know I could protect myself, or like I don't consider Hisoka or Chrollo a threat, I wouldn't run. I would at least move out the way. So gallery fake is activated, then convert hands must have been deactivated. Gallery fake. Gallery fake is Kurotopi's ability, the copy, correct? I'm pretty sure. Then convert hands must have been yeah, because the gallery fake requires two hands. You've got to touch the actual copy and then make the copy. So that means the one where he switches appearances must have been deactivated. He must have taken someone else's clothes first to disguise himself. Ah, okay. See, I was getting hung up on this. So maybe the convert hands does change actual appearance. Like if he was to touch Hisoka, would just his actual skin and face look like Hisoka, or would his overall appearance and clothes change? Because I thought that's what he was talking about here originally, but it looks like he's talking about since he deactivated the convert hands so that Chrollo's not just walking around in his regular robe and is still trying to, make Hisoka think, oh, is convert hands activated? Is it deactivated? Could he really be this person? He could have just changed clothes with somebody like we saw with the hat and the black clothes. So like you'd still be paranoid. Like, I don't know if this person is actually Chrollo or is he covered in something? I don't know what's happening. So yeah, I think that's what he activated the Kurtopi's ability and deactivated the copies and then changed clothes to, help disguise himself. And then this whole, my thing is like, yeah, exactly what Hisoka's saying here, or this is the announcer, what's going on, the crowd, how the hell did he activate that many, stamp that many, or even if he stamps that many people, that many clones, to stamp all that quickly seems almost not possible. Because even I don't know how quick the copies are, but while Hisoka was fighting those two that were manipulated, Chrollo could have changed abilities. How quick is it? Could he just like touch copy, copy, like that fast? Like I literally just had to do this onto something, and boom, I've got a copy of it. So boom, boom, copy, boom, boom, copy, stamp, 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 stamp. That just seems like there wouldn't be enough time, but we see all of them have the stamps on their foreheads. Open the book to gallery fake, which requires both hands, bookmark it, create a crowd of copies, which he did. Once he bookmarks it, touch somebody, copy, touch somebody, copy, copy, copy. Once I got all those copies, open the book to the stamp. But then you've got to stamp all those people and then command them to break Hisoka. Everyone in the audience here knows who I am. Yeah, so it's not like somebody would have to you'd have to explain that. That's just the simple command, break Hisoka. Everyone's known who Hisoka is for the past at least 10, 15 minutes. About 30 puppets that won't stop until they're beheaded. At Chrollo's speed, I was about to say, at the speed he just did that, the whole entire crowd might be copies. There must be more puppets that haven't been given commands yet. Yeah, he could just have them sitting in wait. I should buy my time then. He bungee gums to the ceiling. This is a great shot right here. Hisoka jumps high to avoid them. And then there's the thing, they're still actively chasing. These are just active copies. So is this a different ability that Chrollo switched to in the book, allowing him to manipulate an entire... I don't know. I don't know. And then this outline that's here... Oh, now all of a sudden you guys can see my cursor. What the hell? You see how Hisoka here is outlined in this like white aura? And all these copies that are chasing him as well are outlined in this aura. How the hell are they doing that? How are they getting up there? Because even like Hisoka, I'd be like, what the hell is going on? Because it doesn't look like they're running on top of each other like, World War Z zombies just, piling on top of each other. Or maybe they are. I mean, maybe they are stepping on each other's heads. But like, it wouldn't be supporting them here, though. The bottom would still fall out. I don't know how they're getting up there. And again, could be a different Chrollo ability. I have absolutely no idea. And then this right here, this image here, I'm guessing is Chrollo. Boom, right on the man's backside, which he still hasn't noticed until he's there. And then, so this is what I was talking about that I was trying to outline. I thought this might have been one of Hisoka's cards that he, like, so we see his hand here and it looks like he's looking a little bit behind him. I thought maybe he threw a card. I don't know what he does with his cards other than just slice things with them, make them extra sharp like we saw Wing Sun do with that piece of paper. I don't know why I always think Hisoka, like, with his cards is always like Gambit from X-Men. To where, he can, like, make his cards explode and have, like, telekinetic energy with them and all that type of stuff. So every time I see Hisoka throw a card, I'm like, is that shit going to explode? What's it going to do? It looks like Chrollo's just holding the book in the right hand and punching with the left. And he connects. He absolutely cracks that man. He was going for my left flank. How could he modify his attack from the angle there? You tell me. Hisoka's absolutely enjoying it again. It's pretty much just like a big game. Here again, we see the crowd literally the copies literally taking flight. And now they're pouncing on that man. Like literally like a horde of zombies. They're going for that man. Um he's getting up as quick as he can, moving, dodging, punching, kicking, all of it, trying to decapitate, and they're going, and like he said here, they won't stop unless completely decapitated with zero. Well, I guess this is a little bit better though because these are copies, so it's not like we're killing hundreds of bodies in the crowd. I mean, we still might. Who knows? They won't stop unless completely decapitated. So again, I guess what I said that it might not be as like bloody and gory because these are copies. But if these were just innocent, I mean, still innocents in the stands are probably going to die. We already saw the judge die. But like if hundreds of patrons were just killed, uh, that'd be wild animated. This still would be wild animated. They won't stop unless completely decapitated. With zero emotions, they're more troublesome. Yeah, they're not going to feel pain or stop or anything like. So even if you break an arm or something like that, they're still going in. Um, again, catches him slipping. Crack. He's waiting for guaranteed hits, coming in for a strike, then springing away, trying to land mortal blows. So I mean, I guess the punches do have power, but I mean, it hasn't put him down yet, and he's forcing me into the throng of the puppets, so cold-blooded and calculated. He won't be able to create new puppets while he's controlling the current crop. Is that true? Opt to decrease their numbers one by one. And even if that is true, like he said, he could have another 30 sitting in the stands that haven't been given a command, just waiting. Oh, he puts down these, the 30 I just hit, break Hisoka, and they could just be on it again. Again, boom, decapitated. Decapitated. He's getting yanked by the head. He's really starting to lose it. Adding the extra step means falling further behind. The extra step of what? Making sure he decapitates them? We already kind of brought that up earlier. Regrouping will eventually become necessary, right? Regrouping on his part. I'm guessing as the puppets kind of decrease, he's going to have to regroup at some point. Again, catches this man straight in the kidneys. And that's when a strike comes. Boom. I mean, he literally can't, unless Hisoka pulls something out. This can't go on forever. Because even though I said, is this like Killua hitting Yuppie? Hisoka doesn't have the body of a Yuppie or an ant or royal guard or anything like that. He's not an enhancer either. He's not going to take rocket launchers to the face or catch a bullet in his mouth. He's going to feel these after a while. So he's going to have to do something. Again, snapping heads. And we see him coming from the top rope with the double header curb stomp. He activates bungee gum. So I guess the biggest thing kind of the episode is this bungee gum activation here. Shrink. Is this Hisoka saying shrink? It's looking like he's bringing the head towards him to what? Knock bodies out of the way or give him a chance to, something to soften the blow between the next attack? But then Chrollo yells out twist here or twists. Does he move out of the way before the head comes? Because it looked like, I don't know if Hisoka was grabbing the head to hit Chrollo or he was pulling the head to be a cushion between Chrollo's next attack. And Chrollo says, I was watching you. But did he, here's the thing though, I don't know if Hisoka knew Chrollo was above him. Because here, he looks shocked in this panel right here that Chrollo is right above him. I mean, straight up destroys that man. We see the bungee gum in the head still connected, going all the way around here. And Hisoka says, I know. So, I mean, we're literally in the thick of the fight. Things are picking up. Chrollo has been in command the entire time, not just half, not just, Chrollo's now taking over. Chrollo has been in command of the entire fight from start to the point we're at now. Again, unfortunately, I prefer Chrollo. Like, I like Chrollo more as a character than Hisoka, but if I had to put money on it and somebody actually does die here, I think Chrollo's going to die, just because as popular of a character as Hisoka is, kind of like of the fandom and what you see online and all that kind of stuff, I feel like I would have seen things had Hisoka been killed at some point. But as popular as Chrollo is too, I've never seen anything related to that man. But again, anime-wise, Hisoka's given more screen time, so maybe Chrollo isn't really thought of that big if you weren't a manga reader as well. But I'd like to see Chrollo win, but I don't think Hisoka die. So I don't know how this is going to go if they really do fight to the death. I'm just wondering if Hisoka has anything that we haven't seen. Because we've seen his abilities through the anime and up to now. You know, a lot of it is the bungee gum and him kind of mentally, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Not mentally torturing, but kind of just getting in someone's head. You know, him kind of knowing what you're about to do or saying things out loud that, like, why would somebody say out loud? Just kind of like really like messes you up. Like, why is he saying that? But as far as like the bungee gum, and we know his speed and his power, but a lot of it is bungee gum related and all that kind of stuff. So if he doesn't have anything else, I'll be interested to see here. He's going to really have to think on the fly unless there's an ability of Hisoka that we haven't seen, which we might because we've never seen him push to a certain point. Regardless of what Hisoka may or may not have, we know Chrollo has, I mean, we don't know the amount, but has an endless possibility of abilities that he could use. Um, and it's absolutely crazy. Now, I was thinking about this. Is Chrollo a specialist or is he a conjurer? And the fact that he can take other people's ability and use them and not have an affinity to that specific category kind of like makes me kind of scratch my head as far as like how is he so efficient at certain abilities when he's not efficient at a certain category. I can't remember if I'm pretty sure if he's not a specialist, he's a conjurer. Um, Now maybe he only steals abilities that are, you know, close to his affinity. Um, because I'm pretty sure what enhancer would be on the other side if he was to take somebody if he was to take like Uvo's like big bang punch or something like that, would he get the full effect out of it? And that's basically what I'm asking for all his abilities. If he's a conjurer, if he's a specialist, is he able to use some of these abilities at 100% of their capacity when he's not 100% affinity for certain abilities? Maybe the stamps, you know, you don't gotta be. If he's creating copies and he's not trying to make perfect counterfeits like we saw them do at the auction, and he just needs zombie puppets, who cares if the faces don't look exactly alike or the clothes or the copies? You know, as long as they do what they're able to do. But if it's a specific ability that requires a specific amount of power, a specific amount of whatever, um, if he steals it, he can use it to 100% of its power, or what? You guys kind of fill me in on that and let me know. Um, great chapter though. What has this been? This has been 5 chapters so far. I wonder how long the fight stretches, and you guys can let me know how long a typical like anime fight would stretch. I'm trying to think what was a typical fight. Like I guess Uvo and Karapika was their fight 5 chapters worth, 6, 7 ish worth, but it only lasted what, an episode and a half in the anime. So is that about right? Because I guess now that I'm kind of in it, when I hear things like, oh wow, that anime episode covered 11 chapters, I'm like, damn. No wonder manga readers get upset that like anime leaves out some information. 11 chapters in one episode. That seems like you could just leave out a lot of information. But now that I'm kind of sitting here, this that we've seen could take up 8 minutes, maybe 5 minutes of an episode in the 5 chapters that I've read. You know, so now that I kind of hear things like, oh man, that anime episode, that thing covered 9 chapters. Now it doesn't seem like that kind of like grand to me, you know. But we'll kind of see how it plays out. Good stuff. I'm ready to see more. I just want to see more of what Chrollo can spit out of that book, personally. Um, but we'll see how it plays out. Appreciate it, guys. Again, 100 videos on yesterday's video and 100 likes on yesterday's, 100 likes on this video. Next week we will have 354 and 355. So I appreciate it. Vinland Saga will be up tomorrow. I think we're on like 18 or I don't know what we're on. We're 2 episodes ahead on Patreon. So whatever you guys are getting on YouTube, Patreon members, you guys will get 2 episodes ahead there. Yeah, you'll have a good weekend. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,